From the floor of the CME Group, this is Danny Riley on today's Cash Close. And the name of this video, Mario Draghi keeps the S&P going up. The high of the day in the S&P came in at 2,026.5 just now, and we're still going higher. The low came in at 2,011 even early in the morning, and last, we're 2,026.5. We're up 7.8 handles. Total volume is super low. I've been trying to tell you guys this for the last week or so. After doing 2.5 to 3 million minis a day, total volume today right now is 1.35 million minis. Wow, the big drop off in volume as the higher we go. Now there's no doubt about it that thin to win has been playing its part in the S&P, and as we go into tomorrow, that could change. But tomorrow's economic calendar, we've got William Dudley from the Fed speaking, we've got Jobs Friday, we've got Janet Yellen speaking. Nobody's talking much about that. We have Tarullo from the Fed speaking. We have consumer credit. Now look, the September non-farm payroll came in at 248,000. The non-farm payroll number that they're looking for, or the average number that they're looking for, is 240,000. I personally think it's going to be a higher number. And what that could open us up into is a possible counter trend Friday trade. Now, what you got to look for when you look for this type of trade is you got to look for big volumes pre-8:30 open. If you see 300 and 400,000 minis going into 8 o'clock traded, you're going to get some type of counter trend Friday trade. Now, it's just whether or not we're gapping higher or gapping lower. I just don't know that. As far as levels, I said in my morning report this morning that I thought that we could see 2030, 2050, and lo and behold, I hate to say this, my year-end objective at 2085. There's no doubt about it, they're going up. But the big thing here is like what I told the Pitbull. Once everybody's convinced that the S&P is going higher, as they were convinced that the S&P was going lower, we're right on the cash close right now, is that the S&P will get a little bit too long into the rally, and then we'll start to come back down. But right now, the volumes are so low that after the S&P does its early morning sell-off, the volumes taper out, and the selling disappears, and then in comes these MOCs that support the market. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is, look, we've run out of buy stops on the upside, pretty much. There are some stops above 27.60 up to 31, 33, but you know what? The downside's loaded. So if we start to get some kind of negative news headlines, the algos will pick up on this right away, and we'll go right back down. But again, you know what? On Twitter earlier in the week, I started talking about a 25 to 30% pullback, and people are laughing at me saying, 25 to 30 handles, that's nothing. Well, we got 25, and guess what? We're making brand new contract highs as we're speaking. I'm going to leave it like that, you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the opening print.